Hi all, welcome to this SBC and squad planning video. This is just to kind of break down where we think to go with the SBC fodder that we're starting to build up again, and potentially the run up to team of the season, but with FUT birthday kind of ongoing, and obviously two main SBCs that we hope that may drop over the coming days or weeks, even though one of them sadly I don't think will happen. But if you can smash links, so would be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at GTheLegend. All links are down below for posting channel and social media links as always. And comment down below how your squads are looking and if you are planning yourself to do any SBCs in the near future. So for us, we have quite a lot of 86 plus fodder. We have one full squad of it, and it's at the stage where I'm just now obviously thinking, where do we go with it? Because when we had all this kind of fodder before, when it came to Neymar's planning, this time we're at the same situation. It's like all we're hoping for is Jesus or Mbappe. Like in Player of the Month, I'm kind of willing to accept that it's not going to happen now. I'm accepting that. It's all kind of eyes are on Jesus. Now if Jesus was to happen, I would say with this squad of players and also other fodder that I've got, I would imagine in theory we should be able to complete the routes that are necessary. Now I'm suspecting that if Jesus was to happen, we're looking at 2, maybe 3 routes for Jesus. Probably be Brazil, it could be Premier League, and then maybe a rated squad, so could be maybe 85, 86, 87 kind of thing. And then if that is the case, could be like a 400k squad. I'm speculating he's like maybe 89 rated, maybe 90 rated. There's no 100% certain, obviously, because obviously the boosts that have been given have kind of varied. Like Rodrigo's like +6, +5, and some have been much more significant, obviously just due to the overall boost. Now players like Joe, Fred, Madison, Souza, right off the bat, and Getterson, sorry, right off the bat help for like Brazil, EPL, and it makes it a lot easier. But obviously when you break all the players that we've got down, yes, I've got Rijkaard there. I'm willing to throw Rijkaard into an SBC if it just keeps the cost completely down. End of the day, we might as well. And obviously yes, Danilo is there, but that's because obviously when Carlos Alberto happens, once we finally get the 21 tokens, I will finally just be like, right, Danilo into an SBC probably, and Alberto will be in. I'm willing to bite my tongue and see what happens with that. But with the 89s and 88s especially, that just keeps the costs well down, especially just now with how SBCs are kind of valued. Like, that's why we built up the packs, because we had coins built up in the club and we thought we're just sitting there with like 1 million plus coins doing absolutely nothing. Well, let's just have a bit of fun, build up packs, doing SBCs, build up packs, and then if there's players that we kind of want, and we know we've got the fodder through SBCs and objectives that we can put together. Like, I would imagine all these players I will put into SBCs. Well, eventually it comes down to, will it be Jesus, will it be in it? If Player of the Month Mbappe was to drop, I know right away off the bat when I look at this, I ain't going to get close. I'll maybe get, if it's like what I expected with Neymar, when that was like 9 routes or something, I'm not going to get there. I'm never going to get it done. Like I would have to literally spend probably the month doing a bit of serious trading as well, bit of rinsing, and I'd probably have to rinse the packs as well. But saying that, here's a thought: if they were to do Player of the Year Mbappe, for example, then it gets interesting, because a Player of the Year Mbappe I would probably go and do, but then obviously I've got to be worried that if Neymar was to happen as a Player of the Year card, then things get a bit crazy. But we would see what happens if Lego do awards, which I kind of can't see doing due to current circumstances. But Joe, Cruz, everyone just kind of fits. Like, there's no, like, I'll be able to put, like, if I just need to add certain individual players, it's no big deal, because the easy way about it would be, well, Madison is an inform, so right away whatever route requires an inform, we know right away we're fine. Especially if it's like Premier League, you can go Murphy, Madison, Fred, and then you would add like you just basically add like maybe all the Serie A players in one route. You'd maybe add all the certain nations in one route, and it makes it easy. Like, yes, for Brazil you might end up with like nearly 11 Brazilians. Let me count how many I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then Paqueta 6, and 7. So you'd have like 7 Brazilians potentially in one squad. That could happen, but it all depends on how the routes value and just kind of how everything breaks up. Like, I want rid of this fodder. Like, I'm not using the players. I'm going to do reviews on quite a few of these players, hopefully, anyway, if time permits, if I can motivate myself. Because I've already done like Fred and Joe and a couple others, I think. But I want to get at least some of them up where, like, right, let's have a bit of fun. Because end of the day, we've got, like, I'm not the only going to be in the same situation, folks. There'll be a lot of you in the same boat. You'll have these SBC players that are just sitting in the club doing absolutely nothing, and you say to yourself, what can I do? And that's why Jesus features in this squad for the 86 cards and under, because if SBC version happens of him, like a FUT birthday version, then I'd go and do them, because I can say, right, I'll throw the inform in to get the basically a better version. Like, I'm happy to do that, because you fundamentally may need an inform, especially for the Brazil route, so you'd be sorted. And as I said, Pablo's another Brazilian, and like Zanolo, James and Osman, we've got still their other lower rated versions, and Odegaard's is like the only, I think it's 80 versions, the only version I have left. But like all these informs, I would be able, if I can put them into routes, especially if it was to say like 5 informs needed, say 4 informs or whatever, I know right away I can be like, right. And the way to look at it as well, especially if it's like an 86 rated squad, you can say, well, cells I can throw in here, or I can throw Pablo in there. Yes, I may only need 1 inform or 2 informs, but because they're so low rated, and you're already throwing like 88s, 89s to bulk it up, you're fundamentally only needing low rated cards to kind of supplement. But there will be so much planning that I will put into this. Like just now, the reason why I'm showing you all these cards is just to kind of say, right, this is where I'm at, and I will be like, I need to kind of sit down and say, if Joe was to happen, not Joe, sorry, if Jesus was to happen, and it's 3 routes, and it's Brazil, EPL, and a rated squad, what do I basically need? And that's kind of where I'm still at. I've not quite done that kind of planning yet. I thought I'd at least show where I'm at, but it's like, even Carlos, because obviously the Europa League's non-existent now, it's kind of like, and sadly I don't use him because I was hoping he'd get plenty upgrades, but it is what it is. And we've got 5 FUT Champions cards, but none of the 5 we're going to use, so I'd be like, yes, I'm not going to build up to I'll get 1 this week from FUT Champs because I didn't bother playing up to 14, but I'd rather be like, right, well, if I've got 5 or 6 red FUT Champs cards, I might as well throw them all in, because they're sitting in the club doing nothing. I want rid of these cards. Like, yes, James, Osman, I use as objective, like when I'm doing super subs, but some of these cards like I can do without. Like, if I can just have like a final team and you're just having a bit of fun in the bargain, that's kind of the way I want to look at it. Yes, some of these will be useful for FUT swaps, for like icon swaps like Cells, Pablo, Ben Sabiani, because they help this individual elements. But at the same time, I want to just be like, right, let's just get rid of stuff to bring new stuff in, basically. That's where I want to go with it, and just have a bit of fun in the bargain with the team. Because at the end of the day, the hopeful upgrades are Carlos Alberto in at right back, and then hopefully a better version of Jesus at striker, and then eventually Rivaldo will be the final change. Whenever that happens, depending how it happens as well, because we've got to think and hope that packs pay our way, or potentially team season, if that happens, brings us an SBC that fits for everything that we need. But yeah, this is where we're at, folks. We're kind of, it's not like a struggle, it's just trying to think, where do we go next, because the team's kind of getting there, and obviously we want to be like, right, where do we go now? So we'll see what happens, folks. So hopefully you find this useful. As I said, showing you the fodder, showing you the squad, and we will just take it from there. So hopefully you find this useful. Any feedback would be appreciated. Take it easy all, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all later.